Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Social Media Decoded podcast, the number one podcast to help you understand social media better so that you grow your business, get more clients, and monetize. And today, we have a special guest. You all know that I get really, really excited when we have special guests because that means that gems will be dropped. So make sure you take out your pen and notepads because we have Alex joining us today. So excited to chat with you. How are you today? Thank you so
I'm
much for tuning in.
good. Thank you so much for having me, Michelle. I'm very excited to chat with you and get to know your audience as well.
Yeah, so I am so excited to get into today's episode too. But before we get into today, could you let the listeners know where are you from and how did you get started with your business?
Yeah, so I'm currently based in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is always a super fun conversation starter. But I previously lived in New York City for about 9 years, where I went to undergrad, had a few jobs out of school, and did the New York lifestyle. And when I was blindsided by a layoff in April 2021, as so many people were with COVID, I decided that that was my sign from the universe to start my business that I always wanted to start, which at the time was just a side hustle. I was a virtual assistant for an influencer friend of mine, and I was so good at it. I loved it, the freedom of it. I had so many ideas for my business. And fast forward to today, 2023, I'm now an online business manager for six-figure influencers and women entrepreneurs, and a coach for women who want to do the same, whether they are current or aspiring virtual assistants and online business managers. I absolutely love being a coach, a mentor, and just supporting my students in either starting that side hustle, scaling that existing business of theirs, and really just doing the things that bring them so much joy uh, on their own time, on their own schedule.
Yes, no, I love that. I love that because so many people listening want to start side hustles.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about on the Social Media Decoded podcast, using our expertise and being able to utilize that and build your own business just like you. So, thank you for sharing your story. And I love hearing people's inspiring stories because it lets us know that anything is possible. So, you said influencer manager. I'm pretty sure people don't even know like what an influencer VA or OBM even
Yeah,
does. So can you just like tap into that a little bit and let people know,
absolutely.
because I love the world of influencer marketing, but this is something like totally that I probably wish that I had when I was doing a lot of influencer work. But what did you actually
Absolutely.
do for your clients?
So, big picture, if we zoom out just a little bit, the influencer industry is only getting bigger, right? Influencers are not going anywhere. Influencer marketing budgets are only continuing to grow with brands and companies. But what people don't realize, and what I'm so grateful that I realized early on, is that wait, these influencers, and I know this firsthand just because I had a lot of influencer friends, right? I was in that space. I had friends, they were very creative, very successful creators, but they were not organized. They were stressed out. They had all these deadlines. They had these to-do lists. Some of them are still working a corporate job and they're influencing on the side, and they were just all over the place. And so when I figured out, oh wait, this is a niche that a lot of people aren't really talking about. I don't really see virtual assistants who specifically support influencers. That's interesting. And I really just kind of ran with that. One, because it's a world that I also love and understand. And I have women in my life who are creatives, right? And I was like, you know what? This is very entrepreneurial of me. This is like a hole in the market that I don't see people filling. So let me take up space here and see if this could be my niche. And I just ran with it. And so influencers aren't going anywhere, right? They are now starting to realize, "Oh, I don't have to do this alone. I could outsource. I could hire someone a few hours a week to help me with XYZ," right? So typically influencers, their first hire is going to be a virtual assistant, and that is someone who can maybe help with administrative support, whether that's inbox management, scheduling. um, you could have someone help write your captions, map out your content planner for the month, make your Pinterest pins, schedule out your content for the week, come up with reels ideas, right? TikTok ideas, all these things. There's literally brand pitch emails. So you could outsource that. So there's all these things that influencers are now realizing, oh, a VA could help me with this. That's so cool. And then as their team grows, as their, demands grow as an influencer, they realize, oh, okay, I might actually need to hire a few more team members. And the team expands. But then eventually that influencer, she really just needs to step into her CEO role, and she can't be managing this growing team, their ongoing to-do lists and deadlines, right? And that's where an online business manager comes in. They really step in as the project manager, the team manager, the systems manager, the launch manager. And that's where I am now in my business and in my clients' businesses. I'm really the right hand woman to my influencer client. I'm directly under the CEO, and I'm kind of managing this web of team players underneath me, making sure everyone is on track, clear on their deadlines, their tasks, the upcoming launches we have. So, that's kind of the difference between the two. But yeah, influencers aren't going anywhere. And I think that's what I really try to stress with my students, my audience. It's a world that we all love, right? We love it. We're all influenced every day. We're constantly looking at our favorite creators, and you could be on their team supporting them. And I think it's so exciting.
I love that. And you're 100% right, because I absolutely have a VA and absolutely have an OBM team and
Mm-hmm.
might need some more people's one day.
Yep.
So it just gets really, I know I breathe like that, and I hope you all listen to my side, because it's really a lot that goes into the things, like you said, for me to step into a CEO role and just really run the business and got to generate the income. That's the most
Yep.
important thing that I probably do every day, is
Yep.
figure out how we're going to make more money, or what launches, or what are we going to launch, or what are we going to do to generate more income. And so you can't do this alone. I don't know what I would do with the podcast team. I know I always say that, and I know they listen, and I know Taylor, I know you're listening. I don't know what I would do without the podcast team. It would not be a podcast, because
Yeah.
it's just too much stress. And when you have a team and when you have people to help you, it takes all of that stress off of you, and you can just breathe and just go, ah, the team has it. So
They
that's what
got
I
it.
love
They
about
got the
teams.
help.
And so if you're thinking about
Yeah.
building a team, this is the right episode for you to listen to, because I 100% agree with everything that you said. And I think that, again, influencer marketing is so new, it's not going anywhere, and they do need help. So if you're listening and you're a VA and you're really good at project management, maybe you're good at copy, maybe you're good at Canva stuff, because oh, believe me,
Mm-hmm.
hello, Canva is
So
like our
much.
everyday use, right? So there are things that you can assist with. So just start to think about how you can tap into your skills and create and help influencers. So I love this. I love this. So I want to talk about ISM, because this is
Yes.
your influencer support method. So what was your force behind creating this, and how does it actually work?
Yeah. So, influencer support method is my signature. It's now a membership, which is very exciting. So, influencer support method, the membership, it is my signature program. It's a hybrid online course and group training program where I give you all of the tools, all of the strategy, all of the mindset work that you need to do, the confidence work, to really start or grow your influencer support business as a virtual assistant. Whether you're just curious about becoming a virtual assistant as a side hustle, or maybe you're already doing it and you're ready to just blow it out of the park, right? But this idea came to me for ISM when I was fully booked out. I was fully booked out as a virtual assistant within 2 months of starting my business, which I'm very grateful for. It's a great problem to have. But I had all these influencers on my list who I couldn't help because I'm only me, and I can only work X amount of hours a week for X amount of clients. And at the time, I didn't have a VIP day. I didn't have a this. I was just doing one-on-one client work. And I found myself continuously saying, "Oh, I wish I knew other virtual assistants who had these influencer skill sets that I have." And again, when I stepped into an OBM role, again, influencers needing more of a business manager as their right hand woman. I wish I had OBM friends who understood the influencer industry and how they could support these creators. And that was my light bulb moment of, oh my God, I need to clone myself. I need to train women. I need to, have mini me's. I need women who I can refer to, right? Who understand this industry and how influencers could benefit from support. So that was sort of the catalyst of influencer support method. And I've now helped over 30 women through this program of mine. And it's truly my pride and joy. It's my favorite thing I've ever done. I still, to this day, I have moments I'm like, I can't believe I made this. Like, it's my favorite thing to do. My students are incredible. They really like seeing them on day one. And then when they graduate, they are just so much more confident and at peace with their business journey. They are excited to take risks. They have landed clients. I mean, I have students booking clients 4 to 6 weeks into my program. It absolutely blows my mind that this is a thing that is happening. And I'm just so grateful for all of it. And I just cannot wait to continue supporting women in their business journey in this way. And yeah, I just wanted to impact as many women as possible because this truly starting my own business, taking my side hustle full time was the best thing I've ever done for myself, taking that risk and just deciding to go for it.
Awesome. No, I love that. And thank you so much for sharing that because it's so inspiring just to, hear people started their business in the pandemic and now, you're continuing to grow and elevate and help more women. So I love that. Now, I want to talk about favorite tools and softwares that
Mm.
influencers and business owners might need to manage their business. So, what are some of your favorites? Now, I'm a ClickUp girl. So,
ClickUp
what are some of your
forever.
favorites?
Yes, Michelle. Yes, ClickUp forever. I I am biased. It is just the best. And if you're on the other platforms, that's fine. But eventually you're gonna realize you wish you were on ClickUp. Just migrate over there now if you can, to be honest. ClickUp's amazing. I absolutely love. I have a new resource that I'll be launching sometime soon, Influencer Business Blueprint, which is going to be the ultimate ClickUp template library that anyone would need for their business, regardless of industry. But I've really created um, such a organized, automated space in ClickUp, and I highly recommend it. So yes, ClickUp is the number one. All of my students learn how to use it. My clients and I use it. We love it. Could not say better things about ClickUp. And I can't believe it's taken me this long to get as into this as I have, but Zapier, I've realized, is truly awesome. I'm finally now playing with it. I feel like I'm so in the weeds with just my own business work, client work, that I don't really take time to like play with these tools. But automating, for those of you who aren't sure what Zapier is, it is just an incredible software that allows multiple apps and softwares to talk to each other in multi-step automations, essentially. So I previously was doing a lot of manual work in my business just because I didn't know any better. But once I took the time to sit down and actually put these automations in place, I now, when someone joins Influencer Support Method, they automatically get added to my ClickUp roster, which then triggers them to get added to my teachable courses, which then triggers them to get added into the Slack workspace. And it all happens in one fell swoop. And it's just a godsend. I wish more people realized they could automate pretty much anything in their business, just to save time and headaches.
Yes, Zapier, number one tool. Go and check it out today. It will change your life. I have so many Zaps, whatever,
Yes. Yeah.
Zaps set up that it's awesome just what it can do and how many apps are connected. I mean, there's
It's
everything. Google
wild. Yeah.
Sheets, Google Docs. You can text yourself
Literally
things.
anything you would need. Yeah. It's
You can
amazing.
send documents, you can send emails. I mean, the AI is on another level. So again, it's a part of the AI and it's a really great tool to help us all. So definitely check out Zapier. And thank you so much for those tips. And ClickUp. 100% agree that ClickUp is the best tool that you need. So I want to talk about books. This is one of my favorite parts of the podcast to talk about any books or resources that may have helped you along your entrepreneur journey that you would like to share with our listeners here today.
Yeah. So entrepreneurial wise, I love my podcasts that I listen to. So I'm like a fiction book girly. So I love my like crime thrillers. So that wouldn't necessarily pertain to this question. So as far as for my entrepreneurial journey, the Ed Milet Show podcast and the Boss Babe podcast. Those have always been on repeat for me. Just the mindset, the life kind of focus, the purpose of, purpose driven life that you want to create. And as well as just those back end business tips, those big picture business tips. Those two podcasts are definitely have been helpful with, leadership mindset, scaling my business, and just really being unapologetic about the kind of life and business I want to create.
I love that. And thank you so much for sharing those amazing podcasts. We'll definitely be sure to check those out. I love getting into more podcasts, but I don't even listen to my own podcast. Is that weird? Because I know they say like artists don't listen to their music. So I don't
Yeah,
know. I
but you're
don't
like, I don't want to listen
sometimes
to
I
it.
listen to
Yeah.
them, but I really don't listen to them, you all. So I know that's maybe kind of weird, but I don't listen
I
to them.
will rewatch all my stories, but yeah, I probably, if I had
I
a
do
podcast.
rewatch my stories though on Instagram. Like, why do we do that? Like, I go back, I'm
Because
like,
we
oh,
are
that was a
stars.
really
Like,
good story. It was a really good story. It's really good information. But I don't listen to the podcast unless I just feel, I don't know. Sometimes I'll say, let me go check it out and see what Michelle is talking about. Like, I don't know what I've talked about in the podcast.
oh, I love it.
But this has been such a great episode. Thank you so much for coming and dropping so many amazing gems, Alex. But before we head out, could you let the people know where can we find you online and if you have any amazing resources that the listeners can take advantage of?
Yes, absolutely. Please go head over to Instagram and find me at alexporterfield.biz. Come say hello. I'd love to meet you, see where you're at in your journey. And I'd love for you to also download my freebie 20 plus ways to support influencers today as a virtual assistant. And you can also enroll in my free masterclass, the 0 to 5K Influencer Support Masterclass, which is a great kind of tester, I guess, of influencer support method as a whole. But I'm just so grateful to be here and appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, Michelle.
Yes, thank you so much, Alex. And thank you so much again for coming on and dropping so many gems. We'll make sure to put all that information down below in the show notes so y'all can check it out. But thank you so much, and we will talk to you
Thank
in the
you.
next one.
All right. Talk to you soon.